Hi guys, Wen-Chia here. You can follow me on Wen-Chia.com or Wen-Chia Tube is what it's also on. Trying something new today. This is part 2 of the first video. I took you around my garden and you can find the link from this video where I went and harvested all these beautiful herbs from my garden, and I'm gonna make something with them, little gifts for friends and family, easy things you can do just from things around the house and the garden. So, sorry, got a little distracted. Andrew was asking me a question, my cameraman. So let me just quickly go through what I have that I already collected from the garden. As you can see, overwhelmingly, I have a lot of lavender. Look at all this. Smells amazing because it recently rained and the lavender is just going crazy. Wonderful, wonderful pollinator plant. And it smells amazing and it's soothing and it's such a nice thing to give to a friend who's either not feeling well or just brightening up their day. And then it also stays beautiful dried. So it's a nice dried herb to have too. If you've ever heard of herbes de Provence, which is like a French herb mix, lavender is kind of the main ingredient in that herbes de Provence. Okay, so the other thing I have here, a big bunch of it, is thyme. Yep, who doesn't need more thyme in their lives, right? That's also a nice herbal bright. Yeah, it just smells so great. It's great in pasta, soups, or even salads. And then you can even dry it for tea. So I'm gonna make little bundles of that. That's the thyme. And then here on the side, in my other video, you'll get to see a little baby swallowtail caterpillar. This is what they eat. This is fennel. This is the leaves of the fennel. That's really nice too. And you can actually just kind of eat this. Some people like to just eat this. It's like sweet, licoricey. Some people don't like black jelly beans. That's kind of what it tastes like, but not as sweet. But it's so pretty. Look at it. Okay, that's fennel. And then here we have calendula, which is super pretty. Also smells really good and lemony, and it keeps mosquitoes away, which is an added benefit because I really, unfortunately, love all insects except mosquitoes because they like to bite me and I get a bad allergic reaction, so it's a whole thing. So the more of this you plant, the less mosquitoes. Okay, some other wonderful things here. Oh, yes, over here is my sage. Now this is like an herby, like deep earthy smell. Sage, which is also great to put in teas and also good in cooking. Oh, you know what? I forgot to harvest oregano. Okay, I'll have to get that later. I had some oregano in my garden. That's also a good bundle to dry for an herb, but I'll remember to do that for a future video. Okay, and then, oh, one more thing here. We'll have more lavender over here. But I also have this. This is from my bay leaf tree. So this is my huge tree outside, which if you watched my Christmas video when we made wreaths, we made it out of this bay leaf. And also this year we didn't get a Christmas tree that was cut down. I just cut a huge branch of my bay leaf and we decorated it for our holiday tree. So bay leaf. This is a wonderful tree to have. It's very beautiful. It's evergreen, stays green all year. And then you can kind of see here, see these little sprouts? Those are new leaves, so these would grow new branches. I probably should have harvested before these sprouted out, but it's okay. If you're drying for cooking, these bigger leaves are gonna have much more flavor because they've had time to grow and get their kind of essential oils. Ooh, this is tough. I'm gonna use my scissors. See, that's how strong this tree is. But that little bay leaf, 1 or 2 leaves in your seafood stew or vegetable stew gives a wonderful depth of flavor. So bay leaf, great for cooking too. And then you can just keep the leaves, harvest the leaves, and these will keep, you can dry them and keep them in your kitchen for like a whole year or more. Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and make a little easy gift bouquet. Oh, sorry, forgot another herb here. There's so many herbs here. This is my huge basket of stuff. So I'm the kind of person who's like, oh, let's see what's in my garden, and then just walk around and harvest. I don't plant or grow things in like organized rows because nature doesn't really do that, do they? So I kind of just like to plant wherever I see a spot, and then if plants sprout seeds or fall over and grow in another spot, I just let it be. It's kind of, well, I think permaculture is that way, where you don't like force plants to be in a certain area and dig really deep. You just kind of let them grow. So I almost forgot about this. Another wonderful herb, rosemary. Yeah. This is a great herb for cooking and also for drying, so also great for bundling. And then it just makes your bouquet just smell so nice. Okay, so here's all of my stuff here. Let's organize it over here. Oh, I forgot to add another thing. I like these little salad boxes. If you ever, you know, buy like mixed greens, baby greens, because I definitely don't grow enough greens for how much we eat. And when I buy these organic greens, they come in these plastic boxes, which if you aren't going to recycle them, one way is just keep them for collecting plants and things. It's like a nice clear box that lets you see what you've collected, and then they work great as planter boxes or collecting boxes. Yeah, okay, so here I have two jars. Two little jars. This is, I think this was either a honey jar or a jam jar because I love honey. And then I just cleaned it, took out the label. There's some water in here, and here's like a little tiny, I think this was also a honey jar. But you can use like a salsa jar, peanut butter jar, any kind of jar. And it makes a great vessel and a great way to upcycle your containers. And then you can make it look pretty. So here's like different ropes that I've collected. Here's this little ribbon that I saved from a gift from my friend, Kristen. Shout out to her OGM, Only Good Mail, OMG OGM. I'll put the link to her fun little site too. But she gave us a little tea goodie bag to my group of mommy friends. And I just saved this ribbon to upcycle it. So I'm going to use it for this little jar here. I'm going to move this, and then I'll just tie it on here. So easy. Oops. Hello. Okay, don't run away from me. Like that. I should tie it this way so you guys can see. But now I'm tying backwards. Okay, this is a skill if I haven't done before. Okay, and then and I'm just going to do a regular knot. Keep it simple. And don't make things too complicated because then you get annoyed and then you don't want to do it anymore. Okay, there. Look how cute that is. And then let's see, what should we put in this cute little vase? I think lavender and maybe a little thyme will be perfect. So let me get some sprigs of thyme here. Boink. Oh, these are great scissors. These happen to be Taiwanese scissors, but they're good for cooking and they're good for trimming leaves and harvesting. So I would get a pair of these to keep in your kitchen. Very useful. I got these from Taiwan, but I'm sure you can find these in like any culinary store or some store that sells gardening supplies. Okay, here's a bunch of lavender. I think I'm gonna start with these little ones here. And then yeah, I'll just kind of bundle them together, and then I don't want it to be too tall. So I'll just trim off the edges here. I'm kind of like just randomly picking things that, and wish you guys could smell this. This is smelling amazing. I'm gonna use a couple of lavender leaves. These are the baby lavender leaves, and maybe we'll throw some of this rosemary in there. Yeah, because that smells so good. Okay, rosemary. One more rosemary here. Oh, I'm gonna get this other lavender from, I have lavender growing on multiple sides of my house, but I think this will be good. I think that should be enough. That looks pretty. And maybe just a little bit more greens, because I love when it's green. So maybe a little bit more rosemary here. That looks pretty. It's like when you look at it, you're like, does that look good? Or does it need more green? I think it needs a little bit more green. So let's put a little bit more rosemary here. Okay, let's see, let's put it in there. That's so cute. Now it's falling over a little bit, so I think I would like to just add a little bit on this side. It's like falling over a little bit. I'm gonna add a little bit more green, so maybe a little bit more thyme will be good, because yes, we can always use more thyme. I know, that joke is getting old. Okay, here we go. Oh, that's nice. Isn't that so cute? Yeah, so look how beautiful that is. It's like a nice little gift, or you can put it, well, I probably will just stick this on my daughter's desk because she's studying for end of the year exams, and it's so cute. It brightens up any space. You can put it in your bathroom or pop it over and give it to your neighbor. I think I'm gonna give it to my daughter and put it on her desk, and it'll be a little surprise for her when she's studying, and she'll be like, remember to breathe. Okay, I'm gonna stick this over here. And I'm gonna move that ribbon. It's a random ribbon I was thinking of using from an old Christmas gift, but I think it's a little too bright, so we're not gonna use that. Okay, let me make this one now. And I think I'm gonna do this one with the beautiful calendula. And it's like, look at these cute little pink flowers. They're so cute. Okay, let's do that. I'm gonna do calendula and lavender. This one's gonna be easy because this is a nice tall vessel to put stuff in. I think it'll be easy. And then I think I'm gonna throw a little bit of the fennel in here because it's so pretty, and I'll add like, you know, different texture. That one. And more lavender. Yes, I think lavender is the prettiest base. Oops, I'm dropping some lavender on the floor. Ooh, I'll get it later. I'm probably making a mess. My husband's left already, and he's gonna be like, oh, what's all this on the ground here? Okay, and then maybe some, rosemary. That looks nice, doesn't it? Okay, maybe just a little bit more of this. There we go. That's pretty. And I think I'm gonna do some more lavender greens here, just to give it a little more texture. There we go. That's pretty. And instead of tying on the jar, I'm gonna try something different. I'm gonna use this jute rope. And then I'm gonna take this, do a wraparound. Okay, can you guys see? So there you go, whoop. I'm just gonna do a couple of quick wraps around, like that. And then I'm gonna tie a little bow here. Okay, again, I'm gonna try to tie backwards. Let's see how this is gonna work. Okay, there you go, that's pretty. Now, look how cute that is. You can just give that to your neighbor or friend, or you can pop it in a little jar and it'll keep all nice. Okay, make sure all the stems are in there. There you go. Voila. Look how pretty that is. And then you could write a little note if you want. Write a little note, tie it onto your rope. I love recycling, upcycling. Another thing you can do is use these little wooden clips. People don't hang their clothes outside anymore, but I have these old clothespins. You tie a little note and then just clamp it on there, and it'll be so cute. Also, this is great as a super easy way to, like, if you're not good at tying stuff, because sometimes people aren't good at doing that, and you wanted to give somebody a little herb bouquet, just, you know, grab a couple of lavender sprigs or whatever herbs you want. Here's, I'll do some lavender, thyme. There There you go, like that. Easy peasy. Maybe we'll throw some rosemary in there because you can never have too much rosemary. Okay, like that. A little sprig like that. And then just clamp it. Voila, and there you go. And then you can just drop this off. And, well, let's make this a little bit neater. Twink. There you go. And then just drop this off for a little friend or neighbor when you're visiting them. Look how cute that is. And then you can even add a note, but just simple like that. And then this is also a great way to clamp it like by your kitchen sink or anything if you just want to have some dried herbs ready to go. And while you're cooking, you can just pinch off little pieces of rosemary and use it and just keep this by your kitchen. Okay, so that was easy. Okay, I'm gonna clean up my little spot here. And then I wanted to actually just show you guys another technique that I like to do. So if you wanted to do dried herbs and also give them as gifts, you want to bundle them. It's super easy. So you can do like an herb mix, or you can just do a single herb if you want to keep things neat. So since we have so much time here, I'm going to just show you with a thyme herb bundle here. And then kind of get them all about the same height. This one's a little bit tall, so I'm going to just trim it, twink, like that. That smells good. Okay, so here's a little thyme bundle that you might, if you wanted to dry or give as a gift, just take this. And then I like to use, so here's some like jute rope or this paper rope. I like to use stuff that's like organic or non-bleached because, you know, if you're going to be cooking and drying this, you don't want like plastics or colors. Over time, it'll leach into your herb leaves, and then you're going to be putting it in your food. So use something that's organic and clean. That way you're not eating any bad chemicals. And also it looks a little cuter and prettier too. So this is just some rope I think I saved from some packaging, Christmas packaging, but easy. Just cut a piece of rope and then you just go like this, and all you do is just wind it up a few times. Get it? Okay, wind it up a few times. Okay, and then I'm gonna tie a little bow. You can just tie a knot or a bow, but I think I can handle doing a bow here for this one. Yeah, easy peasy. So here's another like cute little gift you can give somebody, and you can dry this and keep it in your kitchen, but a little herb bundle of thyme. Okay, I'm just gonna continue here making some more little presents. Actually, I'm gonna do a little mixed bundle just so you guys get a reference of that. And I think that is a nice gift too. I always like to give like kind of like a mixture of presents. Okay, let me make a little, and actually I'm going to a workout today, so I think I'm gonna make the ladies all a bunch of herb bundles and give it to them as presents, as a little surprise. So I think I'm gonna do some lavender. Do a little mixed bundle here. Here's some lavender I have here. Okay, that guy's a little crazy. I want to just broke that off because it was all bent and weirdly shaped. Okay, so let's get some lavender here. You can never have too much lavender, right? Okay, then let me just do a little trim, boink. Make it all neat and even. And I'll do a little bit of thyme with it. Here's some thyme. And a little bit of rosemary. I actually harvested a bunch of rosemary, so I would love to use this up. Okay, and that, there we go. Oh, that's cute. Oh yeah, that's so cute. Okay, thyme, rosemary, and lavender. A little nice mix of things. And yeah, so, oh, you know what? Look what I have here. I totally forgot about this. Okay, lemon balm. I forgot to show you guys this. So lemon balm is also great in teas, and it's lemony and bright. So I think I'm going to add it to my group here, or maybe I'll just add it to my bouquet later. Okay, well, lemon balm. We'll see what I can do with that later. That smells so nice. Okay, and here's my little bundle here. Put a little more rosemary in there. Yeah, I think this will be nice to give as a little gift for everybody. And I'm going to use my rope. This I'm going to use my paper rope. Just cut it off right here. And then, yeah, just twist it around a few times. And then I'm going to tie it. Okay. There you go. Well, maybe I'll do like a half bow since I don't have enough to. There we go. Do a little trim here. Wink. That's so cute, right? And just make a couple more of these and give them away and brighten somebody's day. Okay, happy gardening and happy harvesting, everybody.